All right, let's go. Friday, last day of the week to be on the market until Monday. Typically, weekends is the most boring time of the week, right? If you're in GME, right? I know. I feel like this is to be expected. The price held up pretty well. Now it could still go down a little bit lower just to scare more people, right? And again, like I keep saying the same thing, it's because that's the same exact tactic that they do use. Again, to make it appear like there's nothing's happening for this company, and then faking people out in and out of the stock and all that stuff. Now, if you could time it right, if you are in the know, insider trading, right? That I'm sure you could buy put a couple days ago and then make tons of money from that. So that would be cheating, but hey, it's allowed in this particular stock trading for some reason. Allegedly. Again, I have no proof, right? You could say that I am just coming up with an excuse why this company is not performing well, even though they have a good news coming. Like I said, anytime price action doesn't coincide with what is the news, I typically think of that as an opportunity, okay? And that's how the market works, okay? Sometimes it takes so much time and effort for the company, announcement, news-based, anything, right? To register with people, okay? And when people become so disenchanted, okay, by the company for however long, like 4 years, right? Depends on who you ask, right? You would, have different opinions on the leadership and what they've been doing for the last 3 years. You don't, like for me, you could say that I'm biased in that sense because I've been in this company for a long time. You see my cost average. Now I'm trying to bring it down as much as I can. And, I did trim some, throughout the weeks here. And I'm ready to try to accumulate more back in, okay? And I think the price point that we're seeing right now is very encouraging because they cannot bring it down even lower. Now, let me see if I could a couple days ago, I made a video. Well, actually, yesterday, no? 2 days ago, I think. I point out there was 2 gaps, this one and this one down here. And seemingly today, pre-market, we did hit the lower gap fill. And whether that is a valid gap fill or not, the fact that the price went down there. Let me show you right here. Right here. The fact that the price went down there shows me that is the interaction that needs to happen. Yeah. Again, mechanical, you could say technical, you could say. But again, this is going to be the new floor, in my opinion. Not to say it won't come down. I've been wrong before. So bear with me. But pretty encouraging. But yeah, I mean, $29 new floor. That's pretty good in my opinion. Now, without a shadow of a doubt, right? We have a confirmation already that GME has added Bitcoin into their balance sheets. Okay, nothing to scoff at. Okay, $500 million here we're talking about. That's not to say that we won't add more, because based on the convertible notes, we know that they are raising $1.5 billion. Okay, they already have been receiving that. So it's not far-fetched to say that eventually they're going to add more as time goes on. Okay, perhaps $500 million every time they buy it. What they've been doing, we don't know when they buy that, right? And also, 2, at what price did they buy it I think the strategy moving forward is to wait and see whether the price will come down, or to see if they could get it at a cheaper price than it is today. Okay. I don't know. I just feel like good developments coming. Now today the price of Bitcoin went down. Now I could speculate because Drew is coming into Bitcoin, right? Of course they're gonna have to dump the price down. That's always my assumption. But anyway, so 105, under 105 right now. Liquidation of some sort. Somebody was betting on option chain that the price will go up, and you know what happens when market maker sees those type of position, right? They call it hunting for those type of positions, so that they would liquidate the people that was betting that the price of Bitcoin is going to go higher, to liquidate people. Okay. And if you're dumb enough to instead of buying the asset straight up, you leverage it into call options and all that stuff. The same way with GME. Typically this happen often because market maker has the advantage, okay, in moving the price just by dumping certain thing to the market and then causing other retail to freak out, okay. So it's very easily manipulated in that sense. Now, if you know that to be a fact, what do? You just do the opposite, right? When people are running to the hill, you want to buy people's fear too. I mean, that's the oldest trick in the book, right? But it's harder to follow in a sense. So, and when people are scrambling to buy into something, you sell. Again, sell into the buy into the fear, sell into the hype, and typically that's what should happen, right? Now, if you are a long-term investor, you typically want to buy it at max fear, okay? Not max fear, just typically buying when people are running to the hill, especially if you know about this company. Now, this price movement, obviously, I think of it as an opportunity to add more whenever I can, okay? I think that's all the time I have, you guys. And yeah, I think Morans is on live right now, so I'm just gonna join in live. All right, I will post this and we'll see you in a few days. Okay.